Hey everyone, and welcome to the Canva plus Cloud tutorial. If you just subscribed to this channel because of my post on threads on Canva and Cloud and how I was able to connect Canva to Claude and use it effectively to create designs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Non-Linear Career Show where I share insight and strategies, tools, frameworks to help you navigate your unconventional path. So I share tutorials like this one you're going to be watching and also interviews with amazing people navigating their own journey. This was the post on trends, if you're wondering. It got me 55k views on threads and a lot of followers even on YouTube. And this comment stood out for me. The person said, "See, teach me like I'm 5 years old, and that's what I'm going to be doing in this video." So whether you're someone that is technical or non-technical, this video is going to be very helpful for you. And even if you've heard of Canva or you've not heard of Cloud or you've heard of both or you've not heard of either of them, don't worry, I got you in this video. I just need you to stay tuned. So one thing I want you to do for me is, if you can get your laptop as you're listening, because this is going to be a practical class, so that as I'm doing each thing, you're able to recreate it by yourself and test it out. So are we good to go? Let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Canva plus Cloud class. Welcome to class. First of all, before we go into the practical aspect of it, I'm going to be touching the theoretical part and just laying strong foundations for us to build on. If you're following through, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and just leave a comment of any questions you have, and I'm going to answer it. In this video, you're going to be understanding brand guidelines. I'm going to be laying foundations on how everything will go. And then of course the practical Canva and Cloud integration, prompts for different things in practice, reinforcement learning, more on that. But if you have a little bit of knowledge about machine learning, you understand it. But we're not doing any machine learning, just using that mindset or that principle. And of course, question and answer. So if you have any questions at all, you can drop it in the comment section and I would answer you. And if it's something that requires doing a longer video again, I'm going to do that. So let's get to it. What is even Canva and Claude? So Claude is a generative AI tool. Claude is not AI. Sometimes we mistake Cloud, ChatGPT, Gemini for AI. That's like only one aspect of AI and not AI in its entirety. So Cloud is a generative AI tool that, as the word implies, you can generate stuff like text, images, graphics like we're going to be doing now, code, so anything like that. And when you ask questions in a text or something, or even with your voice notes, it's able to go through the database and then come out with insights. So this is just me trying to explain it in a very simple way. For instance, let me say you have this whole room or warehouse where you have different things that you put into it: your shoes, your bags, boxes, devices, all of that inside the warehouse. And one day on a random Thursday, you're like, you know what, I think I want to get my pink shoe. But then if you had to go into that warehouse to get your pink shoe, you might spend days into it because you've already put in a lot of things into the warehouse. And so Cloud would help you easily access that pink shoe that you want. When you type, "Hey, I want my pink shoe from this particular warehouse," it's able to quickly search it and scan it and then pick out that pink shoe for you and give you the pink shoe. Now let's hold on the analogy of the pink shoe for a second, and then let me talk about Canva. Canva is also a design tool. Started as a design tool, but now it's also so much more. You can use Canva for creating social media cards, creating designs, whether it's a website, an announcement, your CV, an event you're organizing. The possibilities are endless. Canva also has Canva AI, there's Canva Sheets where you can do basic visualization, especially if it's not really bulky, where you can simply ask Canva questions based on the data set and it's able to generate insights. I could do a separate video on that later for anyone that is interested in it. Just let me know in the comment section. And so it's an all-in-one creator tool where you can do everything and anything needed in your creator journey, whether it's your personal brand, business, or you're working for company. So think design, content planning, scheduling on multiple platforms. That's Canva. Now let's go back to the pink shoe analogy. Now, in this case, I would say that the pink shoe is the design output that we want. The warehouse is Canva, and then the instruction you're going to give is where Claude comes in. So when you make this connection and you give that instruction to Claude, like, hey, I want to generate this Canva design for an event, maybe follow this template, it goes to the warehouse of Canva now, like Canva design, Canva everything, and then it generates a graphic image for you and then gives you an output. And one thing I love about the output is that this output is editable on Canva. So let's say, oh, maybe you like the templates that Claude generated with Canva, but you want to, maybe it misspelled something, or you want to change the logo, you can easily edit that on Canva. So enough about this. Let's continue so that we can get to the practical part. Now, let's talk about brand guidelines, because this is so important. It's the foundation of what we're going to be building. So we all know the saying that if you have bad data, you're going to have a bad output. And so in this case, when it comes to your design, your brand guideline is your data, is what Canva will know about you, your personal brand, your organization, the organization you're working with. So it's very important that you get this ready. So for anyone that does not know what a brand guideline is, let me know, assume. So brand guidelines is basically kind of like a brand style book or rule book that has sets of tools and standards that define how a company presents itself to the world. So this ensures consistency across all channels, and it covers things like your logo, the colors, the typography, the tone of voice to build trust and recognition. And these guidelines help it maintain a cohesive brand identity. So if you notice, sometimes maybe some of the popular brands that we know, like Apple for instance, sometimes you're able to identify an Apple ad even before seeing it, because they've been able to really develop that distinct brand identity around them. And so for uploading your brand guidelines or giving these instructions to Canva, there are 3 ways that we're going to be doing that. If before coming to this video, you've had a brand identity designer work on your entire brand and you have those documents and information containing everything about your brand identity, then all you have to do is upload the brand guidelines on Claude, and then you can ask it questions to make sure that it really understands what your brand guideline means. Now, another thing is using social media. So let's say you're working for a company, for instance, or you don't have a brand guideline and you still want it to be able to understand the tone of voice, the kind of post that you make. You can use your existing social media for Claude to understand your tone of voice, the font. So if you can take a screenshot of about 4 high performing posts and then upload it to Canva and tell it that these are, the 4 performing posts, and it carries the tone of voice, the style around your brand, and you want to recreate this format in an engaging way to your audience to create more designs or social media cards. So that's another way. And then the last way is to create a new brand guideline. So if you don't have a brand guideline for your organization, personal brand, or business, then you can co-create with Claude to create the brand guideline first before you start working with Canva. This makes a bulk of your work easier, because if you just start creating without doing this, it can make Claude to be confused and would not give you the right output that you want. Now, someone might say, oh, I'm not a designer, I don't know how to design, but then you know what good design looks like. If you see a really great work, you're able to say, this is lovely. Or if you see something that is not so good, you'll be like, I don't know, I may not be a designer, but I don't like how this looks. So that's the same way you're going to look at the output. So if you see something that, this can be better, and you don't like it, then always use the feedback buttons on Claude so that it's able to know that this is not an output you like, and it's not going to recreate that again. Okay, awesome. I took some time explaining that because it was really, really important. So if you're following, let me know. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me for more content like this. Leave a comment or share with someone that needs to see this video. Now, the next thing we're going to do is the practical sessions, connecting Canva to Claude and generating some designs. Right now, I want you to open your Claude. It doesn't have to be a pro account, it can be a free account. Just open your Claude and we're going to get to work. Right now, I'm going to show you how you're going to connect your Canva to Claude. So this is the Claude AI. So simply log in. Have you logged in? Let me know in the comment section. And so when you log in, you're going to click on this plus sign, and you're going to see where they have add connectors. So I'm going to click on it. And when you click on it, you're going to see a lot of other tools. So these are various use cases or different things that you can try with Claude, but for today we are going to do Canva. And so you're going to click on the plus sign, and I'm going to sign in. And so when you're signing in, you see these are all the things that Canva AI is going to have access to. So I'm going to click on allow, and you're going to get these notifications. So this shows that you have successfully connected it with Canva. Whenever you're making a prompt or post, you're going to make sure that this is always on. Can you see? This is always on. Now, there are different ways to create with Canva. As I said, the most important thing when you start is your brand guidelines. What we're going to do is give it an instruction. Right now, I'm asking it to take a role as a designer in my company. I'm just going to use nonlinear career. And we're going to give it a little bit of definition. Nonlinear careers is a community serving people with unconventional career paths. I mean, you can use your microphone to type. I'm just doing this so that you all can see what I'm doing, and if anyone wants to take a screenshot, they can take. Okay, so I've added the brand guidelines, and you can copy this prompt, of course, replace it with your organization and a brief description of what your organization is about. Either ways is still going to be on the brand document, so it's fine. So we can see that right now the two is doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, so we can see that it's saying, so we're reading through. So this is what it has internalized, the brand colors, the kind of voice. So if you, please do read through this. Actually, don't assume that Claude knows everything. So if there's something that is not accurate, you can correct it. So see, it's asking me, do you have logo files ready, the word mark, PNG, or would you like me to? So if you don't have a logo file, you can ask it to create. It's asking me what's the first thing you want me to design. Is there a content campaign you're focused on? Okay, so now that we've connected Canva to Claude and you have your brand guidelines now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Canva and create your brand guidelines or brand templates. So that way, when you're calling designs on Claude, it automatically uses your colors and templates. So from what we can see, you can either share your website or brand guidelines in PDF and they'll begin the setup for you, or you share your company website, which makes it really easy. For the purpose of this video, we're going to create a new brand kit and I'm going to call it Nonlinear Careers. Create. So we're going to call it nonlinear careers. I have the option of either doing the company website or brand guidelines. And so we're going to wait for Canva to scan it, analyze it, and upload it. So that way it's easier for them to just get everything they need, the fonts. This part of the process is very important to ensure that you have everything you need and you can create designs consistently that meet your brand tone of voice, brand guidelines, and works effectively with Claude. So I'm going to click on continue setup, and here you can now add your brand assets, so like logos and all of that. If you have different logos with different transparency and all of that, this is the good place to add it. Awesome. So I think we're pretty much done. Let's check out the colors. Okay. Awesome. Works. Check out fonts. So this is Canva letting you check out what you've uploaded to know if it's accurate. So these are all the fonts that the brand uses, so I'm going to confirm it. So if you have different brand assets, the type of photography you use, you can add it here, but I don't think that's necessary for me for now. Okay, so we're all set. Awesome. Now we have the entire brand kit for nonlinear careers, and now we can go back to Canva and we're going to try out creating different designs. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to make a carousel on Canva. And to do that, we're going to simply write this text here. So I wrote, make a 6-slide presentation about career pivots for mid-professionals on Canva. And normally if you had already written what each slide would be, you can just put it, okay, slide 1, you write the text, slide 2, write the text, and it would create it. But let's see how this is going to work. So I'm going to we're making carousels with Canvas. All you need to do is ask it to make the number of slide presentation about the topic you wanted to create on Canva. And if you wanted to have more details, or maybe you've already written a copy, you can write slide 1 should be this, slide 2 should be this, slide 3 should be this. So you can see that it's already going through it to see the templates that we can use. Right now, it has generated kind of like what that slide is going to be. So we're going to click on customize. With customize, you can now customize it to what you want. So do I want it to be professional or casual or educational? I'm going to click on educational. Do I want it to be short and sharp or balanced or comprehensive, 50 pages? I want it to be short and sharp, so it's fine. So in terms of design now, what type of design am I going for? Am I going for minimalist, playful, organic, modular, geometric, digital, depending? And so for you to do this effectively, it's important to have a Canva Pro account. The free account has a couple of limitations when it comes to generating with AI. So make sure to get a pro account, but of course you can test out with the free account. So I think I want something minimalist for now. And then I'm going to click on generate design. Don't worry about this. This happens when you connect Canva with Claude. So it's sending messages to Claude, and Claude is basically trying to understand it and just prompting to be sure that, oh, it's really you that is asking for this prompt. So we're going to click on this. You can close this browser and it will work on its own. You can just click on notify. So it will tell you when the prompt is done. So it's currently working on it to create an output. So you see what I did. You just wrote a sentence. If you want more detailed, you can tell it what its slide should be, and you choose the style in which you want it to be, choose the template that you want. And I'm also going to show you, if you have a particular template that you want to use for this, you can. So these are the options that we have now. So let's go with this and see what it looks like. So this is what it's going to look like on Canva, which is not bad, which is really a great way to start. I usually like to add a human in the loop element. So normally if I'm doing this, I would actually write what each slide will be, what each content will be. But if you want something faster that you can now edit to suit your brand and your voice, you can do that. But this is already pretty close to my brand voice because I gave it the brand guidelines. So what you're going to do, if you want to do a bit of more editing, you can just click on open Canva, and you can see it generates an external link, so you can open the link. And so when you open the link, it brings you here where you can edit it if you want to edit any other thing on it. This is what it looks like. Very simple. If you want to edit it, you can edit any other thing on it, and you can present. If you want to present, you can download it if you want to download. And this is an easy way to create your carousels, your presentations with this connection. So try it out and let me know how it is for you. Now that we have generated this carousel slash presentation, if you want to change it to your brand colors, all you have to do is go to this brand and then click on where your brand assets is. So I'm going to click on nonlinear carriers and then click on the colors and then click on apply to all pages. You can see that this has applied the changes we made to all pages, and you can change whatever you want to change. Maybe you feel like, no, this picture is not clear, you can change the picture, change the text, and that's it for carousels and presentations. So try it out and let me know. Let's say you have an existing template already on Canva, or you have a template you want to use, it can bring it here and then you prompt it to ask more questions. So let's see. I have a folder on Canva called YouTube thumbnails where I put all my thumbnails to create video tutorial. So we're gonna wait. So we can see that it's searching through the tools. Like, it's amazing. So you don't even need to go through your Canva. You can actually prompt everything from here. You're seeing is saying that, oh, your template, you actually have like a couple of them. So I'm just gonna choose this one. So this is showing us the design. So it extracted the templates. Okay, so we saw that I chose a template, the data visualization with Canva template. And so what I did after that was to type out the prompt in the text bar in Claude, and it generated this for me. And so this will actually be the thumbnail of this video. So if you're seeing this YouTube video, this is probably the thumbnail. And the only thing I did was I added this image, removed the background, added logos, and just adjusted this a bit so you can see that this text can actually move. And if we want to, maybe we feel like this is not brand enough, just as we did that last time, you can shuffle stuff if you want. So this is perfect anyway, and that's about it for designing from an existing template. So make sure that's about it from designing from an existing template. Make sure to call the name of the file, the right name for the file, and then give it instructions based on what you want, whether it's a thumbnail, whether it's a social media card for LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, all at the same time. So the thing is, yes, you can do this from Canva, but what Claude does is it makes it faster and more efficient. Just imagine if you had to divide yourself into 3 people working on different brands that needed the same thing. So, yeah. Let's try creating a simple quote card to highlight quotes from my podcast. So I'm telling you that this will be shared on LinkedIn and Instagram. It shows me existing quotes cards. This is the output it did for me, and it's actually really nice. And so you can download the file if you want. Okay, so we're going to be trying something else, and that's resizing designs on Canva. So let's say you'll have different folders of different designs that you want to do. In this example, I'm going to be using one, but if you have like 3 folders that you wanted to do simultaneously with a prompt. So for instance, I have these thumbnails for YouTube, but I want to resize all of them for a Spotify cover and just align them to match with the brand guidelines. I know you can use this resize if it's one document, but just imagine if you had multiple files and designs that you wanted to resize for different platforms, maybe LinkedIn, Instagram stories, different platforms and different sizes. So we're going to be doing that from the Canva tool. And one thing to take note of is the name of the file. So when we get back to Canva, we're going to search for this file and then give it instruction based on that. So let's get to it. Okay, right now we've seen the folder that we want, and this is the prompt that I'm going to give it to resize the design on the thumbnail to the Spotify cover folder to be a podcast cover size. Image for Spotify, so I'm telling it to keep the same information, the title, name of guest, and pictures, but make it all into a size that can be a Spotify cover. So let's see what's going to do. Now I've selected the cover, and so now I'm going to click on it. Gave me a prompt. I'm going to click on allow. Okay, so now it's revised. So let me see what it looks like in Canva. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm not mad, but I think some of the pictures might just need a little bit of resizing and maybe layering. This is how it looks like. It works. So this is how you're going to do it if you are doing something like this that you need to resize on different platforms. So try it out and let me know. Thank you so much for joining. If you love this video, you're going to love my video on data visualization with Canva. Go check it out. By the way, I'm hosting an AI website workshop where I work with you to build your fully live and functional website in 1 week. This is my stunning website that I built for my brand, and I built this in 1 week. Coupled with my communications background and my work, I was able to merge that knowledge together, plus how effective and fast AI can be, and create something that is professional and global. So if you want to recreate this for your brand, for your organization, or you're a content creator that wants to have their own independent space, then this workshop is for you. It's going to be holding in April, and I just have 15 slots because I really want to work with people one-on-one and create something cool. And if you're not able to join this cohort, you can also sign up on the wait list in the website, and I look forward to seeing you in class. One thing I realized when I decided to build a website for my brand is that social media platforms are not really stable. You can spend years building something and then your account is disabled or deactivated, or you're just banned from using the platform. And so what the website does is that it gives you this safety net where you can grow your audience, grow your visibility, and just allow people connect with you even outside your platforms. So personally for me, I use my website to track leads, especially on my quiz. I also use it to put down some of the works that I've done, and even in subsequent times, I would also be doing more updates. So this is what you want to build for your brand or your portfolio, and you've been looking for a way to do this, definitely join the workshop. And I'm going to see you in the next video. So let me know what other types of videos you want in the comment section. And when you get to try it, let me know how it goes. Was it easy for you to follow through? Did you understand what I said clearly? And just share what you were able to create with this connection. I'm going to see you in the next video.